Good morning. It's Vijay here. Welcome to yet another episode of pre-market commentary. Today is the last day of the week, Friday, 10th January 2025. What may happen today and in the next few days. Uh, so yesterday's movement was very volatile as expected because it was a weekly settlement of the Nifty. But I think the talking point was what's happening to the foreign investments. Secondary foreign investments in the last 11 years, they have sold on 8 of the 11 years. So only 3 years they have actually bought in the secondary market. So while people have been expecting whether foreign investors will come back, and in the month of January you will have a significant amount of foreign buying because the markets have come down significantly in terms of stocks. But as of now, it doesn't seem to have happened. And yesterday was a shocker for a lot of people. 7,000 crores, which we have not seen for the last 2 months, happened on a single day. DIS more than matched it by 7,640. But I think what one should look at it is in perspective. If you look at in the last 10 years, foreigners as a whole on the Indian stock markets have sold only 3 years. That is net sold 3 years. If you take both the IPOs, the primary market, as well as the secondary market. Only in the secondary market, they have sold 8 out of 11 years. Whereas in the primary market, they have bought almost all the years excepting in 2013, I think it was 2018 and 2020 overall. So it is not that one should really worry too much. Of course, foreign investors are a very important component of the market. They were at one time holding 24%. Now it has come down to 16 to 17%, which is the lowest they have seen ever, it looks like. Now, in such a case, the markets have still held on. When it was 2014, we had the Nifty at 7,000. Today, we are still at 23,000 and odd. However, we should we should take care that they just don't sell en masse, because what happens is, while we have managed till now, it could be the last straw on the camel's back. I suspect the government is observing it, noting it, and will bring out some policies. Now, you may say it is hoping too much, but then that is how the markets are. When generally things are bad and everything is gloom and doom, is when the boom starts. So now we have a gloom. Now people are talking of doom, and I won't be surprised if you get a boom beginning budget. Now I tell people that either 20 days you wait and hope for a boom. If nothing comes in the budget, or if something draconian comes, then you'll have to wait for 20 months. Now you have to decide whether you want to be in cash now and then buy only after budget. That is your choice. So yesterday, another important thing was the TCS. TCS was hammered before the market were closed. The numbers came in. Revenue, PAT, and EBIT are all in line, and the management commentary is good. They have come with a bigger dividend, so special dividend. So that will play havoc in the futures, which has taken care of only the normal dividend. It's been dividend adjusted in the futures, but today it will have some volatility in the futures. So markets are closed yesterday, and Nifty ended near day's low. It protected 23,500, but that's not saying much because the gift Nifty talks of it opening lower than 23,500. Bank Nifty closed somewhere near the 6 months low. The real fun and games was not in Bank Nifty for the bears. It was in the broader market. Broader markets were hammered. Many of the stocks which have fallen in the last 1 month have almost fallen 25%, somewhere between 20 and 25%. I'll give you a list there. At the end of the presentation. So, excepting FMCG, all other sectors ended in the red. So Sensex fell 528, mid cap fell 525 points. Only chemical stocks as a sector bucked the trend. But again, there has been clarification from SRF, which means the chemical stocks may get hammered today. TCS and IRIDA fell 3%. Both of TCS given results in line. IRIDA has, I think, beaten the market expectations. So yesterday, mainly in a bad day, M&M and Kotak Bank held on. Lever, Bajaj Auto, and Bharti Airtel also tried to give some support, but not too much. Negative led by HDFC Bank I think is the Ketan Parekh effect. So HDFC Bank, for no reason, is being hammered, but actually there is a reason, a sinister reason, where Ketan Parekh and gang is supposed to have cornered HDFC Bank, and now they are unable to sell it. This is what one can understand from the Business World report which came in yesterday, worth reading, by Palak Shah. L&T also got hammered because I think the conference, intra conference of L&T did not speak well of the how the management addressed the workers' ambitions by saying that you have to work 100 hours per week, don't stare at your wife's face, which I think was very sexist, and I think which was very uncalled for. RIL, which again flatters to deceive. TCS, as I said, and Infosys also followed the pattern. AMFI December data came, which is very, very brightening, because one would have expected after a November havoc, December, you will see a lot of outflows in the equity. There were outflows of 80,000 crores, but it was not in equity. So that was very heartening. It looks like now it has become a habit for people to get into SIPs. Of course, there are a lot of people who leave the SIPs, but the net effect is that there is an increase in the domestic inflows, which will be like a stabilizing force in the future. So you have equity inflow about 41,000 crores versus 35,000. In fact, November was a bad month vis-a-vis the other months, but now December has restored the balance. So SIP inflow was at a record inflow, 26,000 versus 25,000 and odd in the month of November. Monthly SIPs crossed 26,000 crore for the first time. If you look at now, I was talking about the Nifty NSE 500. Angel One is the biggest loser, 23%. Aditya Birla 23%. PVR Inox 21. Nalco 20. Nalco was supposed to be the star for January, but it has just slumped and flummoxed everybody. Siemens, no good results, no good forward guidance, so 20%. NMDC, Hindustan Copper, PFC, three of the PSUs again doing badly. Finolex Cables, surprisingly, has done badly at 18% down. Soba, not so good outlook, 17% down. And Zomato, overhyped stock. It is what I call the BAP stock, buy at any price. I think people who have bought it will have to struggle for some months because they bought it about 300 plus. Now it is around 250. Here are some interesting points. TCS stock movement, what happened after results is generally you can't make out, because the time it goes up significantly. Quarter one financial 25, it went up by 6.6%. Quarter three financial 24, it went up by 4%. The other two times it has just fallen less than 2%. So one may expect close to close, nothing significant on the downside, but one can have a surprise on the upside, because most of the brokerages have upgraded TCS surprisingly. So this is finally, I leave this thought with one of the masters of the markets, William O'Neill. He was one of the first guys to look at to use computers, and he came up with that CanSlim model, which talked of how to allocate resources. So he, as a technical analyst, he always looked at weekly charts. I'm mentioning this because today we are at the end of the week, and for technical analysts, it's always nice to look at weekly charts because they give a better entry and exit points. It also gives you a better picture, smoother trends, and then institutional volume sometimes is up. For instance, yesterday it was up, today it may be down. So it will give you a weekly pattern, and you'll be able to identify strong basis where that is, whether the market is making a base rather than worrying about just 1 day or 2 days movements. So therefore, it will encourage you to be calm, patient, and to make strategic decisions. So whatever you do today, I hope you will take the decision very calmly. So as I said, I keep repeating every day. I continue to be bullish till budget, and then I'll worry about it. But cautiously bullish. I will watch for the first hour and then take my intraday positions. Yesterday too, on a volatile day, we were able to make money. But market mentees know about it. Today, hopefully, with God's grace, we should be able to repeat what happened yesterday, despite volatility, which I'm expecting. So whatever you do today, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining me.